it's me, Linda, and I'm back with another video for you today. I'm going to be talking about how to get a working student in Germany or how to get a part-time job in Germany. Now, I've received a lot of comments in the past asking, oh, how do you get a job when you arrive in Germany? Is it hard? This video will explain 3 things: ways to find a job, how I personally got my current job, things you need to get a working student job. If you want to listen to all the points I have to say in the video, stay tuned and let's get started. Regardless if you came to Germany with a blocked account or with a sponsorship letter, you still need to end up making money at a point in time. After being here for a year, normally you are asked to come back to the Ausländerbehörde or the immigration office to renew your student permit or your student visa, and they're probably going to ask, oh, do you have money that's backing you up to stay here? Hence the whole thing of you need to find a job to have that show money, you know? Or if you have a contract and they accept your contract with your company, that could work. I don't really know about that, but that could also be another thing that could work. There are 2 kinds of jobs in Germany. There are short-term jobs and long-term jobs. So short-term meaning jobs like lager work, working in warehouses, and the money they pay is actually can vary a lot depending on what you're doing, compared to long-term jobs where they are more along the lines of having a working student or a mini job or a part-time job. And I'm mainly going to go into working students in the rest of this video. Now, to find short-term work, there are some apps that you could use called ZenJob and Job Valley. They are applications that provide you with, jobs that you could work for a certain period of time, like 4 hours or 6 hours in a day, and they pay you a certain amount. They send you that amount. But I have never actually used Job Valley or ZenJob because I was never verified. It took months and months and months, and I still haven't verified. Now, the only advantage I can give for this line of work, short-term work, is that it is more flexible with your schedule, as you can pick when you want to go for a job. Like, oh, after class I can go for this job, or on the weekends I can go for this job. But the very bad thing about this type of work is that they are not in favor of students. When you have exams to write, when you have presentations to do in school, they will not allow you to go and do that. They can literally fire you just because you went to write an exam. I've heard the story. It is pretty bad. The long-term work, you are able to find work like that, like LinkedIn, Indeed, Zing, Stepstone, and many others. I actually found my job through Indeed. It is harder to plan around your schedule because you need to designate at least 3 days out of your week to work, because you have to cover 20 hours of work during the semester, and you can increase that whilst you're on semester break. Actually, it is going to be very different from company to company, how they would manage their students, how they do this for students. But with me, it's very flexible. Like I said, it is harder to plan around your schedule, because for me, before I started my semester, I had to know which days I would not attend classes, and this led to me missing a lot of classes. It was very hard to plan around it. I worked 3 times out of the 5 days in the week, and it was pretty hard because my job is a hybrid. I'm gonna get into that. Actually, I'm gonna save that for later. What is a working student? That's a very good question. A working student is a student who pursues a job-related activity in parallel to their full-time studies in order to gain practical experience in their field of study or related field and earn money in some extra way. And it is quite popular in Germany. A lot of companies offer that position, and some may be limited for a period of time and others are indefinite. This type of work is what I do, and it really contributes a lot to your CV or your resume. Having a working student is something that you should try and strive whilst you're still in school, as it really does add to your CV. And after you graduate from school, maybe you can change that position into a full-time position, or just find a different full-time job in a different company. How I got my working student job, so I'm going to explain what I did to end up getting it. So I applied for months in advance, so like 3 months or so. I wanted to get the job by like April, so I started applying by Christmas. If you want, start applying now before your next semester starts, as that will be a good time to figure out how to piece the 2 and 2 together, to know what works best with your schedule. So I applied for 10 jobs every single day on various websites. Like everything had to add up to at least 10, because if you apply for 10 jobs for 7 days in a week, that's 70 jobs you applied for in a week. So your chances of, being seen and being interviewed get higher. I made improvements to my CV to make it look a lot more professional, because my CV was really bad before I came here. It was very dry. I did not have a lot of things to bring to the table. Even having small experience in a certain field could really help your CV to look a lot better. So I applied for jobs within my capability. I didn't apply for things like IT software. I'm not an IT girly. Things like marketing or video editing, those are the jobs that I applied for. So apply for things that you can be able to do. I made time for interviews with my schedule. Since I am a student, I'm a uni student, I had to really plan out my schedule to know, okay, this is when I'll be going for interviews. If I have to leave and go out of my city to another city, because they can ask you to do that. Apply for a job, they may or may not provide the information, like, oh, this is the pay, the hourly pay that they'll pay you. And when you go for an interview, they normally ask the question, oh, how much would you like to get paid? They can either ask you that, or you can ask them that as a question, but like they normally always have a range. But all those things are going to be different, like your notice period, your working days, a lot of things, they're different from company to company. So what you need to get a working student, because they tell you, oh, this is how you can apply, this is how you can do this, but you need the actual documents. You can apply, but when you actually get a job, they're gonna need certain things from you. So before you even arrive in Germany, they already have processed some things for you, some important information that I will talk about, but I do not know everything about this. First of all is health insurance. For 100% before you came to Germany, you were asked for health insurance. It is a mandatory thing in Germany to have health insurance. Next is your tax ID number. I do not know what it's called in German, but you just know it's a tax ID number, and you have to go to a tax ID office in your city where you're staying, and you can just ask for it. Next is your social security number. I had to go somewhere in my city still, and I didn't book any appointment for these. You just go in and you say, oh, I'm here to collect my social security number, in German, your residence permit. After you arrive in Germany, you have to make an appointment at your Ausländerbehörde so that you can get your residence permit, and so that you can register in the city that you're staying in. All these documents should be obtained in less than 5 months of being in Germany, unless you're living in a city that takes a really long time to process things. Okay, then I can understand it will take longer than that. But if you really want a working student, you need these things to be finished. You need them to be done. That is the end of this video. I really hope it did help you understand more about the whole process. I hope these are some basic things that can help you, get started on that whole process if you want to get one. And leave a comment on any portion of the video. If I did not say something right, like, correct me in the comments. Do it nicely, please. Share it to a friend who is in need of this information or wants to also get a working student. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.